Hey, welcome to Dune time! And my voice is, oh my god, what's happening? I've been in the desert too long, apparently. Anyway, it is Dune time, and I'm Bludgeon, and I'm player 1 in this game. It's a ranked match of Dune Imperium Digital. Tessia has been picked already in 4th position, and then we got Paul, Memnon, Ariana, Romber, and Armand left. In the Imperium row, Test of Humanity, Peter DeVries, Bene Gesserit's sister, Arrakis Recruiter, and Treachery. And then Guild Impersonator and Unnatural Reflexes in the Tleilaxu row. So a couple of decent Armand picks. For the techs, Memo Quarters Artillery Restricted Ordnance. Interesting. So the Memo Quarters does mean like a Romber or a Memnon pick. Could be good for trying to grab that. Either one of them, if they get their ring, could go to tech negotiation for that. For me, it would have to be like my second agent, probably, if I were going to do it. Memnon, Paul, Ariana. You know what? I feel like it's been too long since I've played Paul, so I'm just going to take him. Just to play some Paul Atreides because, yeah, it's been a while, and I do like Paul. There's nothing in this, you know, Imperium row or in these texts that's, you know, saying, oh, you gotta go Paul. It's just really, I haven't played him in a while. But, okay, experimentation is going here first. Because that's pretty much what you do as player 1. So I know the top card of my deck is Convincing Argument, which means I could draw it with the ring and potentially get something decent here. Like, let's say I send ring to Arakeen, that would draw me 2. So I'd be at 2 persuasion plus 4, maybe 5. If I were to go to tech negotiation, then it would be guaranteed 5. And I could get Peter, which seems pretty good. So I think that's going to be the move. It also has the advantage of stopping, like, Romber from maybe sending his ring to tech negotiation with his second agent, which he might want to do. And then next round I've got Diplomacy and Seek Allies. Both in hand. It's okay. There'd be a reshuffle. Something else would get in there as well. Do I want to take the Guild Impersonator? I kind of don't think there's a huge reason to do that with Paul. I mean, the graft is good. It is nice to get graft. You know, I can send this to Fold Space while playing an experimentation at the same time. That's nice. Fold Space is going to be kind of blocked up, though, for the next few rounds, probably. So, you know, you can also graph this with an experimentation going to pick up Spice and get your guild influence that way. So it's, you know, there's a reason to do it. But this is first thing. I'm not taking the artillery. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, so Tessia, if she gets second place here, she's probably going to go straight for Memo Quarters next round. Well, if she gets any spice at all, I suppose. She's probably going Memo Quarters next round if she can. That's just like such a good tech for Tessia. Hardy Warriors for Armand. I'm really torn about taking this Guild Impersonator. I kind of want to. It's not amazing. And probably what's going to happen is I'm going to take it, and then like Stitched Horror is going to show up, and I'm going to feel bad. That's kind of how it works a lot of the time with the Tleilaxu cards. Peter for sure. Okay, this game, I'm going to go against kind of what I usually do. I almost always err on the side of picking up cards. I'm like, should I take it or not? Because I like putting, you know, interesting cards into the deck. But for this game, I'm going to not do it. I'm going to err on the side of not taking it and see how that goes. Test of Humanity for Armand. Now there's Aliat Kynes here. What does Tessia have to reveal? One. So some decent cards here. Aliat Kynes, Treachery, Bene Gesserit's Sister. I'd love to get the Aliat Kynes. I already have some good persuasion from Peter here. But very unlikely. I'm going to be player 4 next round, so last to reveal. So it's going to be pretty tough for me to get my hands on that unless I, you know, do something crazy. But it's not like I have a bunch of persuasion next round. Anyway, Armand wins the conflict, gets a freighter and a troop, and the Verniuses each walk away with 1 spice, which is enough to pick up Memo Quarters. So we'll see how this gets prioritized. Romber probably wants to go to Fold Space here. But then Tessia, I have to imagine, will take the Memo Quarters. We'll see. If somehow no one takes it, then I will. I have my 1 negotiator, so a dagger to tech negotiation would get it. Oh, Armand goes to Haga Basin. Okay, so he can snag it from there. And he does, and that gets him the bump there, so he doesn't actually have to go to Fold Space. Okay, well done by Romber. Now there's a Chaumerkey, and Restricted Ordnance and Artillery are still up there. So what am I going to be doing? Tessia has 2 water, so she might be going Great Flat and perhaps Conspire at this point. Could be a way for her to go. I mean, I could play Seek Allies and then maybe early reveal for Aliat Kynes. I think, to be honest, I think I'm going to try that because picking up the Aliat Kynes is, you know, it makes up for not playing the Diplomacy. You know, it's an influence that I get that way instead of an influence I get from playing the Diplomacy. And then having the Aliat Kynes would be a big deal for me. So that's going to be the move. Now, where's the Seek Allies going to go? That I don't know yet. Honestly, it might be Fold Space. Not because I'm really like trying to get to shipping necessarily, but just because, you know, I don't have any kind of faction action going on. So I think it'd be decent to get the Fold Space in the deck to replace the Seek Allies, basically. Now, I obviously have no other Freeman cards to go with Liakines at this point. So that would be, you know, that'd be the next step, is start picking up some liaisons, start trying to maybe trash some stuff. Swordmaster number 1 of the game goes to Armand. Round 2, Swordmaster for Archduke Armand Ix. Let's see what Tessia does here. 6 spice on Tessia. Does she go to Conspire? She goes to Hayliner. All right. Well, I mean, that does unlock shipping for her, so that makes pretty good amount of sense. Pick up an influence and 2 intrigues. Yeah. Okay. Well, like I said, I think I'm just going to reveal here, because Liakines is just, I think it's worth it. You let me know what you think. Would you do this? Do you think it's worth doing this? I feel good about it. Still going to pass on the Impersonator. Romber had 4. He wasn't going to get it. Like, Tessia, I think, has a couple of convincing arguments in hand, so she was probably going to get it if I didn't. So Liakines is a great card, obviously, because it enables huge persuasion reveals, helps with getting Spice Must Flow, because she's worth 2 persuasion for each Freeman card you have in play, including herself. So she's worth minimum 2, but every other Freeman card you have in play, whether it's from playing it as an agent or from revealing it, adds another 2. So if you have Liakines and 1 Arrakis Liaison, that is 6 persuasion, if you reveal them both. She did have 5. She picks up the Sardaukar Legion. Now there's 4 humanity. A lot of still big stuff here. Treachery, 4 humanity. Carryall. Not sure if anyone's too excited about Carryall. No one's usually very excited about Satellite Ban. And the Impersonator does get picked up. So we've cracked the seal here. And now, ooh, there is a good 2 specimen card available. But everyone has already revealed, so that's probably going to go to Tessia next round. Who does win this conflict? Wait a minute, I speak too soon. Ambush from Armand. So Armand comes out, P.O. Smiles comes out, steals this conflict, Cloak and Dagger, and he's going to take an influence and 2 intrigue cards. Let's see where he goes for it. Lucky bot. Guild influence, okay. Oh, and to demand respect. Wow. Huge. Huge. So that steals shipping from Tessia, who was really, you know, I think a big part of the Hayliner play was the fact that that was unlocking shipping for her for the next 2 rounds. Not anymore. Okay, so I've got Experimentations, Reconnaissance, Dagger, Peter, Ring on top of the deck. And 4 specimens. If I can smuggle, then I could get Swordmaster. You know. But we'll see. I don't know if Tessie is going to want to smuggle, so I might actually get it here. There's the Impersonator coming into play here for Armand. Okay, she goes Imperial Basin, so I am going to get Swordmaster this round, which is good. Round 3. Happy with that. Get my first Scarab of the game. Now, what's going to happen with my third agent? Hard to say. Could be experimentation to Haga Basin or reconnaissance to one of these two spots. I mean, it could be Peter also. We'll see what's there. We'll see what my persuasion looks like. Maybe I'm better off just playing the Peter, getting an intrigue card rather than revealing and ending up with, you know, 4 persuasion. Although, 4 persuasion would be 2 liaisons, and I do need to start picking those guys up. Discard a card. Okay. Well, it can't be the dagger. I guess I'll discard the reconnaissance. I mean, it could be the dagger. I could have played the Peter to Swordmaster and then... That's the kind of thing, like, you know, if someone is really on the ball, then they know when Test of Humanity is likely to be appearing. And it's not the kind of thing I typically focus too much on trying to keep track of. It's just not, it's not that fun for me to spend a lot of energy on that. It's definitely optimal. It'll help your win rate for sure if you do. But I don't tend to worry too much about that most of the time. All right, we'll get the Swordmaster and then we'll see. I mean, I could send Peter there. Try to play Peter and experimentation. But I'm going to do it this way. I mean, it's possible I could have nowhere to send either one. Carthag could get taken, Haga Basin could get taken, and then I'm, you know... that I'm suffering. I suppose, you know, Peter could go to tech negotiation if I were desperate. I do have 1 negotiator. But there's nothing there I want. There goes Carthag. Big boy saying hello to you if you are YouTube. Wow, okay, there are some decent 4-costers there now. Not that I'm going to be getting any of them. Armand goes tech negotiation. Okay, so I can play the experimentation, and I will. Spaceport now there. Tessie reveals for 5. She takes the still suit manufacturer. Okay, she's nowhere with the Freeman at the moment. Also takes the unnatural reflexes. This is still here. Romber, I guess, is going to take that. Scientific breakthrough is there. That's really good if I don't play the experimentation, or if I play it and go to trash, which, you know what, actually, that's not bad. I could definitely use some trashing anyway. So that's the better spot for me to go to regardless. Who knows, maybe I sneak the conflict with Peter here. So that gives him 3 specimens, so he's going to take this. I think. This is also very good, though. The Infiltrator is very good, and Romber does have shipping unlocked, so he might decide that's better for him. But no, he goes with the Scientific Breakthrough. And there's a Carino Genes, which I'm not personally that interested in right now. Okay, Armand wants the throne room politics, I think. There's a couple of decent 4s, but I would think that's the one. Yep. I will take the Infiltrator. And I'm not going to take the Industrial Espionage, but I will take a Liaison, and we'll leave it. Yeah, we'll leave it at that. Okay, Tessie does have an intrigue. All right, fine. Nice one for her, actually, to get a chance to make good use of there. I wasn't expecting to win, honestly. I was just going for really the second place with the off chance of winning. So it was worth a shot. Romber does have 3 intrigues, so we'll see what he decides to do. Counterattack. Okay, he's going for the tie on Tessia. Oh, I love it. I mean, it means I'm only... Oh, never mind. He's going for first. Okay. Well, I'm only getting 1 spice now instead of a spice and a water, so that feels like not as good for my 2 troops, but... a lot of intrigues got used there, so that's, you know, that's good. I have 3 spice. I'm definitely going to need a selective breeding sometime soon, but it's not going to be this round. I'm thinking about Ring to Arakeen. And I'm going to do it. Convincing argument and another convincing argument. Okay, possible Kwisatz Haderach here. Yeah, I'll throw in more, try to pick up some spice. I mean, I would love to get that, but it's I'd have to like early reveal for it. You know, I could play Dagger to tech negotiation. And I mean, that would let me buy something. Dagger to tech negotiation. I could get spy satellites, which honestly could be decent for me. The spaceport is kind of interesting. Lets me get a diplomacy that I could play. I think I'm going to go for the spy satellites, to be honest. And then we'll see. I mean, it burns the spice that I would like to be using for selective breeding, but... Tessia has a nuke. This thing is probably going to be gone. So the other nice thing about the dagger play is it does mean that... I mean, I could get Spice Must Flow if everything else fails. Now there's a Mimic Film, which I would also like, but cannot have. Hopefully get some spice here. Current victory points, Romber with 4, Armand with 3, Tessie with 2, and me with 1. It's a 4-3-2-1 on the victory points at the moment. Romber with the lead. He's also put some troops in here for this raid stockpiles. So it's not looking like I'm going to win this conflict. But hopefully I get second. We'll see what Tessia does. She's got 4 troops in the garrison, 3 water. She goes great flat. I think I do go to experimentation or smuggling. I mean, Imperial Basin or smuggling. I think I go smuggling with the experimentation. I go down to 8, which means, you know, Spice Must Flow is off the table. Maybe I get Kwisatz Haderach. If not, you know, maybe nukes happen and I get something else, but I think I do want to get this research. And of course that gets me an intrigue card here as well. Okay. Not bad. 2 scarabs for 1 action. Can I get the race to here? You know, probably not. Cards can be put on top of my deck now because I'm here on the Tleilaxu track. So with my 1 scarab, like I could put either one of these on top of the deck. And the infiltrator is theirs. There's a good chance that both of them want to be grafted. And I've got the infiltrator that grafts coming up. So is it worth doing it? I mean, if I go with the Carino genes, then that plus this could get me there. Tessia put in 1. So I expect that it's going to be 1 spice for me here. Although, who knows, Armand could go in. He goes to Mentat, okay. So let's see what Tessia decides to do here. Does she nuke this? I think there's a good chance that she does. But, whoa! She takes the Carino genes. I think it's Kwisatz Haderach because the directorship goes against my spy satellites, kind of. That's wild. Espionage, it can go on top. I don't think it's worth doing now with the Kwisatz Haderach in there. Kwisatz Haderach and Chom directorship. Both sitting there. If I hadn't had the spy satellites, then it would have been the directorship for sure. Now, I'm not exactly building the best Liet Kynes deck here. I've got 2 liaisons only. Haven't trashed anything yet. God damn it. Everyone decided they wanted in on this, and I'm going to get nothing for my 1 troop. Come on. Why? Why? This is such an innocent conflict. Nobody had any troops at the start of this round. Oh. That sucked, because I really would like to selective breeding next round, but without that spice, it can't be done. Do I have to send Fold Space to Imperial Basin to pick up 1 spice so that I can infiltrate to selective breeding? Is that the kind of world we live in here? I honestly think that is the world we live in. Feels terrible. But that's how bad I need to trash stuff, I think, and draw cards. There's a spice over here, too. I'm not sure yet which way I'm going to be going here. Water of Life. Do I want Romber getting Chom directorship? See if Tessia decides to nuke. If Tessia doesn't nuke and then is like bugging me to nuke, for some reason I can sort of see something like that happening. I'm still at a big ol' 1 victory point, by the way. If nobody else goes here, then that's great, because then I can infiltrate, you know, maybe with the experimentation somewhere. Tessie goes to Still Suits. Okay. Great. Good. This is what I needed. Get rid of this dagger. Alright, so Spice Must Flow looks like it's happening here. I might get my first victory point of the game. Ring is the top card of my deck, so that's what I'll draw with the Infiltrator. Discard a card, you fuckers. You fuckers. I guess it's the convincing argument. And I guess it doesn't really matter. Smuggling taken, but I can infiltrate there. I'm going this way for a couple reasons. One, it gives me 2 specimens, which means I could pick up the subject, which gives me a chance to maybe get to the end point over here. And if I go this way, you know, it's a couple more scarabs potentially. I feel like there's a chance of that. That can go on top of the deck, and then I'll know exactly what my hand is going to be. It's not a great hand coming up. So I'm at 1 point, but it's actually 5 points because I have no points at the influence tracks right now. So currently I'm actually sitting at 5 effective points if the game were to end. So it's not as bad as it looks. It would be nice to get an alliance. The only one I think I have any shot at really is Emperor. It's not even a great shot. Tessia has a Sodakar Legion she might be sending there. So Tessia didn't nuke. Am I gonna nuke? Oh, that's right. That gives me 1 immediately. Okay, great. Honestly, I forgot about that. Well, that's wonderful. I'm gonna do it. You know what? I'm I'm going to take that water peddler. It's not great to add that into the deck, but I can selective breeding it out, and then that gives me another water, which opens up like research station. Very happy to have won that race there. That was actually really good. I forgot the subject was giving me a scarab right away. Ix and Engineer for Romber. And Bounty Hunter. That Minimic Film has been there for a bit. That would honestly be pretty good for me. Minimic Film I could use. A High Council I could use. There's a lot of things I could use. Unfortunately, I don't have the guild influence, so I won't be able to hit shipping with the Kwisatz Haderach. I think it has to be selective breeding. Minimic Film gone. Unfortunately, Holtzman Engine, though. Holtzman Engine could be good for me. I could get Spice and then pick it up with Subject if Tessia doesn't grab it. Missing the selective breeding does feel like it hurts, but yeah, I don't think. Okay, that is Tessia's only her second thing, so she's getting troops here, not influence. So possibly that could be an alliance I could maybe get someday. It's unlikely. Do I go for... I kind of think I do go for the Holtzman Engine. I'll still have a whole bunch of agents, so I don't know if Arakeen will possibly be there. It's not great to reshuffle the deck without Kwisatz Haderach in it, but it's not the worst. I don't like reshuffling the deck with Water Peddler, though. I mean, maybe I don't have to pick up the Holtzman Engine this round. Maybe I could wait. Maybe I could wait. Restricted Ordnance gone. Now there's a flagship. Obviously, it's better to get it early because then you're drawing, you know, extra cards, which would be very good. But maybe it's better for me to go to selective breeding here. Get rid of the Water Peddler. and have more stuff to do. I kind of think it is. Okay, unfortunate that... okay, we'll see if I can get to Arakeen. Top card is Liaison. I guess Mentat would be another option just to draw it. Sad, but I might have to do that. Diplomacy to fold space wouldn't be the craziest thing. To get shipping, you know, unlocked for a future Kwisatz Haderach maneuver. So getting this point here means that my spy satellites is now worth 3 points. Robert has memo quarters. That was another reason not to let him get that Chom directorship. I don't remember if he actually had the persuasion for it. Please don't reset on me. He didn't. Okay, well. I don't know. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. Did he have a Bene Gesserit sister in there? Possible. Arakeen gone. Do I go to Mentat here just to draw? It feels bad, but honestly, I think it might be the right play because that's 4 extra persuasion for me. But I guess I don't need to do it immediately. I could play the diplomacy first. Right, that gets me to 6. Then 5 plus 4 is 9. The spice must flow will get me to 5 spice as well, so potentially I could get to tech negotiation and pick up the Boltzmann engine next round. This is an interesting game. Nuke. Whoa, look at all this stuff. Shifting allegiances, guild administrator, clandestine meeting, Tleilaxu master, spice smugglers. Is there any reason for me to take a Tleilaxu master now instead of a spice must flow? Well, it's not an option, but would it have been an idea? 2 shifting allegiances. I kind of don't think so. Armand has the restricted ordnance, and he does have the High Council seat now, so that's going to be 7 strength for him. Plus 3? So 10? There's 1 shifting allegiances. Oh, there's a Jessica now. Does that make any sense for me? Honestly, I don't think it does. I think Spice Must Flow is better. Huge swords for Tessia, but she's got nothing in the conflict. Early reveal. Carino Jeans couldn't go anywhere. Shock Trooper couldn't go anywhere. That's a bit awkward. This is such a weird move, but it's the move. Gets me an intrigue card as well. Okay. Yeah, what would this do? I mean, really nothing for me. So it's Spice Must Flow. It's weird. That's what it is. All right, let me take a moment to welcome some new members to the channel. Welcome to Luke C3630, Sieran Cummins 5470, Liquid Poseidon, and Simon the Berge 6914. Thank you so much for joining the channel. I really appreciate it. Your support means a lot, and I hope you enjoy your members' perks. If you would like to become a member, you can click the join button just down below, and that'll get you access to stream VOD. So any stream that you miss live, you can catch up after the fact at your convenience, and it'll also get you the weekly Members Monday exclusive video made just for members of the channel. And of course, it also gets you cool loyalty badges and access to emotes on YouTube, and my sincere gratitude. So thanks everybody for being a member. Round 7 of the conflict is here. It's Battle for Arakeen, and Tessia gets the defensive troop. She has a garrison, more of a garrison than anybody else. Nobody has much spice to threaten Hayliner. I am going to be targeting that Holtzman engine. Could do it with shipping if it's there. In fact, even if it's not there, I can infiltrate. So that's probably how it's going to happen for me. Where would I take influence here is an interesting question. I guess it's Emperor, and maybe there's some tiny chance that I get the Emperor Alliance. Probably not. Is there any way by the end of the game I end up getting the Freeman influence and can trash this for a point? Possible. Bunch of spice sitting in the desert here. I have 1 water. Wonder if I take Solari here so I can get High Council this round. Okay, I don't even have to infiltrate. I think it might be this. It's not the best. I think it is that. The private army, you know, I don't know. Fold space top of the deck. Shuttle fleet there now. So what can I do? I mean, if I play these 2 to High Council, they both draw me cards. One of which will be fold space. One of which will be something else. I'm not sure about these 2. The trash would have been okay. But not thrilling. The intrigue card I had was kind of okay, because I was probably getting High Council anyway, but it, you know, who knows? Tessie might take it, so it might not. I think it was worth getting an extra card draw here this round. Turns out it was a spice must flow. Not great, but I think it was worth a shot. I definitely don't need this, right? I'm just one away here, so one scarab gets me to the end there. Okay, so I think I just play the ring by itself and then infiltrate plus fold space somewhere, like maybe even Arakeen. And that would draw me 3 cards. Probably it's a spice must flow then. I mean, honestly, just fold space to wealth would get me, yeah, just playing the fold space gets me spice must flow because the top of my deck is reconnaissance. So playing the infiltrator is actually a bit of a risk. Because if I happen to then draw spice must flow, it's unlikely, but if I did happen to draw that, then I would miss spice must flow. I'm kind of interested in the wealth move because it maybe will get me an Emperor Alliance, which could be good. Yeah, I think I don't risk using the infiltrator. Now, there could still be a test of humanity, but if that happens, I can discard the Spice Must Flow and still buy a Spice Must Flow. Okay, Convincing Argument ended up being the top card of the deck, so I would have been okay there. So I currently have 1 endgame point in the Holtzman engine and 1 endgame point in the Spy Satellites. So I'm currently at effectively 9. It will be 10 after I buy this Spice Must Flow. I'm still considering Jessica, bumping Freeman, or, I mean, honestly, bumping Emperor. I could buy Jessica, bump Emperor. Maybe that's better than buying a Spice Must Flow here. Actually, I kind of think it is. In which case, anyway, I kind of think that is better. Do I take a liaison? I think not. Now, who got the other shifting allegiances? Tessia did, so that's dangerous, right? I could end up losing that Emperor Alliance to Tessia, so in that sense, maybe that was, you know, a little sketch. But it also might prevent her from being able to get that alliance. Armand, by the way, has 3 alliances here. That's pretty wild. How has he pulled that off? I mean, just good faction cards, I guess. He takes an assassination mission. That's interesting. Intrigues available. Armand might go for the win here. Gets up to 8 points. Nine points. I mean, if Armand wins, it's game over. And I end up at 10 points. Okay. He doesn't have it. So that's good because we don't want the game to end right now. I mean, it would give me second place probably, which is all right, but I'd rather have a chance to win. Economic supremacy. Tessia certainly has the resources. Okay. What am I up to here? She goes immediately to Hayliner. Do I immediately go to selective breeding? I think I do. I could also ship twice, which would get me shuttle fleet, which is not really that much of a thrill. I don't think I want to get rid of a spice must flow here. Because I currently have 2 of them. And I need 2 for that Holtzman engine. Can I get a point out of the conflict? Because a spice must flow would be 1 point, 9, and then I'd be effectively at 11. But I could certainly use another point. It's going to be tough. Tessia's already heavy in here. Armand probably is going to hit. No, Hayliner's gone. But he's got, you know, the restricted ordnance. I do have the private army, but no spice. I'd have to go to, like, Haga Basin. I don't think double spice must flow is really something I can hope for. Oh, playing the subject gets me a point here, though. So that'd be 9, 10, 11, 12 with the spice must flow. So that has to happen for sure. Where does that go? Maybe Mentat? Weirding way here for Armand, so he gets to play another agent immediately. What does he decide to do? Okay, so it goes again. There's a couple of shifting allegiances out there. This Emperor Alliance is definitely not secure. I might have to use Kwisatz Haderach to... Do I have to preemptively do that? Because the thing is, both of these jokers are set up here. A shifting allegiances cost me the Emperor's Alliance right now from Tessia. Okay, she doesn't have it in hand. Does Romber have it in hand? Is it even Romber that has it? It's Armand that has it. Armand cannot immediately take that from me with that play. Okay. Well, he's not set up on shipping anyway. So Armand, I think, is not a threat here. The fact Tessia doesn't have this is very good. I don't have any more Freeman in my deck, so there's no real hope of mega persuasion power here. Wealth for Armand. It does worry me that he's doing that. I mean, that's just a point for him, so I guess that's just all that is. If he had an intrigue to use plus a shifting allegiances, it could be a problem. But I think it's just Mentat with the subject. I mean, I could smuggle up and then Kwisatz Haderach I could ship to protect that also. But I'm gonna do this. Oh. I don't think I can get to 18 persuasion. There's not even that much persuasion. I mean, my deck has reasonable persuasion, but it's not great. If I were to research and get spice, I could then selective breeding. That would get me another intrigue card. But, you know, it's not going to get me. It's not going to get me double spice must flow. I think that's out. So what can I do? How much is Leah Kynes worth right now? 2, 4. It might just have to be Kwisatz Haderach to wealth just to protect this. Or if smuggling remains there, maybe I play experimentation there to get a couple of spice, which maybe helps with the tiebreaker, and then I could Kwisatz Haderach, you know, and do something with that. The Freeman point here is not really available to me because I'd have to play Leah Kynes. And I don't have this 3 spice required to pay for this, even if I managed all that. Okay, what is Armand doing? Let's see where he takes shifting allegiances. I mean, it seems like he's going to come for Emperor if he does that. I'll be really hurt. Okay, he's doing it. It's probably just for troops, but I definitely have to Kwisatz that to protect it now. But if he has an intrigue, it's going to be really, really painful. Okay, he doesn't, thank God. But he might be ready to conspire. Yeah, so I've got to just Kwisatz Haderach to wealth. And, yeah, just protect that. What agent is coming off the board? The Mentat one. Top of the deck is Peter. I could play to Haga Basin, deploy, and maybe... No. Even with the private army, it's not going to be enough for second. Right? 2-4 strength. Plus this gets me to 9. That's not... That's not going to do it. I'm thinking, like, is there some way I can get the spaceport? 2 spice here. Plus 2 spice here. I guess I could actually. Theoretically, I could get the spaceport. I think it's worth a shot. I've got really not much else happening here. So Jessica to tech negotiation. Because playing the liaison there is net -1 persuasion, but if I play Jessica, she draws me Peter plus maybe something else. I still don't think I can actually get there, but with the spaceport, I'll be drawing 4 cards. Okay, so break even on here. That's +1 actually. So I'll be at 14 persuasion after I just draw the Peter. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I think it's possible. If I get the convincing argument, I actually think I can get to 2 spice must flows here. Oh God. Will it be enough to win the game? I do not know. I've got 2 points in my tech, so I'm sitting at effectively 11 right now. All right. Let's see. Oh, I need that convincing argument, baby. There's a 1 in 3 chance I miss it. Oh, I got it. Oh, I got it. Oh my God. Now, somebody has Chaumerkey. I think, is it Tessia? Romber has it. I'm going to be at 13. Does Romber have the memo quarters? No. Can anybody get to 13 here? Romber has the spice to pay for a point. Are they going to tie? Oh, please let them tie. Okay, so Romber and Tessie are both getting a point. Machine Culture Endgame. Yeah. Oh yeah, baby! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! That feels good. That feels good. Hadn't played Paul in a long time. And it feels good to get a win on Paul. For sure. Nice decisive victory. 13, 10, 10, 9. So, I mean, that was an interesting game. It all fit, right? I mean, the strategy was very synergistic. From getting that Liet Kynes, that early reveal for the Liet Kynes. The spy satellites really, you know, allowed me to make the kinds of moves I was making. I ended up getting most of those points anyway. So it turns out, I guess, actually I would have won without spy satellites. But having it allowed me to play as though I didn't care about all that influence. So turns out, you know, I guess I would have been better off without it, but, you know, I didn't want anyone else to have it either. I feel good about having picked up the spy satellites. It was an interesting turn as well, because I was going to tech negotiation. I had already drawn cards on Arakeen, and so it was kind of telegraphing that I was maybe going for Kwisatz Haderach. But the spy satellites pickup also maybe masked my motivations, right? If I had just gone there and not picked up a tech, people were like, okay, this guy's going for Kwisatz Haderach. But picking up the spy satellites, I felt was like a little bit distracting from my true motives. Like, this was actually a side effect in a way of going for Kwisatz Haderach as opposed to my main target, although I did want it. Holtzman engine, you know, that ended up really working out well. You know, the Kwisatz Haderach itself is always nice. It didn't do anything major, but, you know, it helped me protect this. It helped me get to selective breeding. That early Peter de Vries obviously was great as well. When I say that, I mean, maybe he was MVP, in fact, because it was thanks to Peter that I was able to get, you know, the Liet Kynes, I think, and, you know, the Jessica, which, you know, got that alliance for me. I could have had a Spice Must Flow instead, but if I'd picked up the Spice Must Flow instead of the Jessica that round, not only would I not have that alliance, I don't think, but I would have had a Spice Must Flow in my hand this round instead of Jessica, and would have missed out the double Spice Must Flow this round. So I think that Jessica pickup also ended up really paying off. The subject, X137, ended up being perfect as well. That helped me get the Spice here, winning that. Also, then it helped me get to the end of the track, getting full points here. So it all just worked out really beautifully. Did I get any conflict points? I don't think so. My points came from 1 alliance, 3 points with the influence tracks, 4 Spice Must Flows, 2 points with Tleilaxu, and then 2 tech endgames, Holtzman engine, spy satellites. Paul Atreides, thank you, my friend, for reminding me why it's so fun to play Paul. I love just knowing what the top card of the deck is like that, and the card draw in the ring. Very nice. Thank you so much for watching this video. Of course, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done that. Follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/bludgeon. Get into the Discord to chat with me and other video game fans, board game fans, Dune fans. And of course, tune in for the live streams Sunday, 9 a.m. Eastern, as well as other random times, which has been happening a little bit more frequently of late. So click the notification thing here so you know whenever that happens. And I usually give a little bit of a heads up in the Discord as well when that's going to happen. So cheers, everybody. Appreciate your time and enthusiasm, and I'll see you again real soon. Bye.